welcome back to another episode of the Eat and Drink Real Estate Podcast. My name is Adam Kasarovich with Citywide Title, and we have special guest today, Emily Tseng, a real estate broker. Hi, Emily. Thank you for coming.
Hi, Adam. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Of course. So, Emily, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into this industry?
My name is Emily Tseng. I am a realtor in Chicagoland with eXp Realty. I started real estate way before I become a licensed realtor. I started with just leasing out a room to my friend. It's called house hacking.
Oh, really? House hacking?
Yeah. Somebody created this word.
Yeah.
But it does make sense. So if you rent out, let's say you have you purchase a home with 2-3 bedrooms, and then you lease out one or two of the bedrooms. That's called house hacking.
That sounds like a great way to afford a place like when you're first starting out, because initially buying a home your first time can be very expensive and a little bit daunting.
It's great for the younger people without kids, so you can own a property while not breaking the bank or worry about not be able to afford a mortgage. So that's always a good starting point to own your own place.
Well, that's a great idea. So that's how you got started, huh? Like initially.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And then after that, I jump into mid and long-term rental. That's when the Airbnb just started, and I find it really interesting. So I start trying it out, and it was a great experience.
Yeah.
So and then in 2018, I had a chance to rethink my career path. So that's when I jumped in both feet and got my real estate license, and the rest is history.
Well, awesome. So what do you enjoy most about being a realtor?
To provide personalized customer service, I think that would be one of my strong suits, and I love to go through homes and point out the uniqueness of each home, provide suggestions on how to utilize each space, and especially with certain buyers, if they don't have as much experience, or sellers, they don't have as much experience, I would point out or provide suggestions in terms of how to details they may not.
Yeah, you kind of guiding them through the process and being finding different solutions to help them out, especially when they're super green and they have no clue what they're doing.
Yeah, the creative thinking is one of my specialty, I guess. So that's what I loved about, is to give people guidance using my knowledge and my experience.
So what kind of trends are you currently seeing in the Chicagoland market?
The inventory is definitely still very low. So while the consumers are not bidding as crazy as 1 or 2 years ago, there's still some bidding, especially with the trending, popular neighborhood. So if you are looking to buy or sell in those neighborhoods, just make sure you do enough homework and before you go into the market. So
how much over listing are you seeing some of these bidding wars go?
It really depends on the market, but just last week I was helping a client. The bidding went up to about 50,000 over listing price.
Wow.
So things like that still showed up from time to time.
Yeah,
but
I want that to happen when I sell my house.
Exactly, right? So for sellers, it's definitely still a great market, especially if the rate drops later this year. More buyer would just jump in and try to make purchase home So I think the bidding war is not gonna stop. If anything, it's gonna get hotter later this year.
So how do you stay updated, with all these market trends and everything?
Well, first-hand information is always the best. So I try to stay active in the market as much as possible, either buy, sell, or rental market. I do work with all sorts of clients. But at the same time, I also attend classes or attend networking events and listen to podcasts all the time so that I can get information not just from locally, but also internationally, and hopefully see the upcoming trends and then provide information to my clients firsthand.
Perfect. Yeah, firsthand experience is always, I feel like, the best. And
It
then,
is.
getting advice from all those, smart economists out there helps too. I sometimes they're, a little bit optimistic and some aren't, but, we always just hope for the best. What advice would you give to someone looking to sell their home in Chicagoland?
Well, first of all, I would suggest to get to understand the market situation within your neighborhood. While there is a lot of third-party platforms out there, just keep in mind those platforms may not provide the most accurate information, so you want to kind of like cross-reference different platforms, or the best situation would be if you talk to a realtor.
Right, so looking it up on Zillow is not always 100% accurate.
It may not be the best resource. And then the next step would be try to decluttering your house and neutralize your home, so it's not gonna scare away certain buyers.
Hide the clown collection that you have.
Exactly.
Yeah, I actually walked into a house, with that before, and it was absolutely terrifying. And I don't care how awesome the house was, just seeing that display case of clowns and paintings of clowns everywhere made me never want to walk in there again.
Yeah, for sure.
Is it necessary to do some remodeling work before you sell your home?
It really depends on the situation, location of the home as well, the market, where it's located at. So the best way is actually to talk to a realtor. You can reach out to me or for any advice if needed. But bottom line, if you feel like the house definitely needs some rearrangement, sometimes just a fresh coat of paint might do the job, or maybe upgrade some of the light fixtures. So it doesn't always have to be a major remodeling project.
Right, like little touches that could just kind of like bring your property back into the current century and make things a little bit more modern.
Yeah, or just neutral. Neutral is always good.
Neutral's the best. Got it. All right. So what sets Emily Tseng Homes apart from other real estate brands?
I would say attention to details is one of my strong suit. I would, when I walk through a property, I would pay attention to all the, like, say, corner, basement, or things that clients may not pay attention to, or they never notice. But that would be my job to point it out and give suggestions based on the situation. Another thing is probably I have a lot of experience working with international clients, some clients, or even if they're out of state. So I am familiar and good with communication and make sure that they feel updated on this condition.
Yeah, and you're fluent in Mandarin too, right? So you work with
Exactly.
like foreign nationals and investors and stuff like that.
Yeah, so
That's pretty cool. Not a lot of people know how to speak Mandarin. Yeah, and I mean, so I mean that's definitely pretty awesome. So what made you want to live in the west suburbs?
So I think the beauty of Chicagoland is that you got a little bit of everything. You got the lake, you got the city, you got the suburb with the greenery. So my family, we just love the space and greenery, and at the same time, we need the access to major highways. Due to my job, I travel all over Chicagoland to meet with clients and all that. So West Suburb is absolutely my best choice because there's major highways, the airports are nearby, lots of parks and forest preserves. So
I agree. Like, I live in the west suburbs too, and there's so much to do out here. And you're also very centrally located, so
exactly.
You're about 30 to 40 minutes from the north side,
almost
the south
everything.
side, or Chicago.
Yeah,
right.
almost everything.
Right, because if you live in Gurnee and you need to go to Tinley Park, you're gonna have to pack for a road trip because that's going to take
exactly.
a while. And even getting around in Chicago itself, most people I know in Chicago, they don't really leave outside of a mile radius that they live in. Everything outside of that is like a different world or a different planet.
Yeah,
but,
and we have the access to Metro as well. So
exactly.
It's really awesome.
Right, yeah, you just hop on the train and then you're in the city. Easy peasy.
Yeah.
What are some fun things to do in the west suburbs if you're looking to purchase a home here?
There is all kinds of things you can do, but I think the west suburbs biggest signature would be the greenery. There's tons of parks and forest preserve and
the Morton Arboretums here.
Oh, for sure, yeah. And then there are multiple zoos. If you are a hiker or a fisher, there's all kinds of things to do here. At the same time, we still have multiple malls and shopping centers. So you got everything.
Everything
here.
You need.
Exactly. Lots of good restaurants, too.
Exactly. I've noticed that even more, other towns around here have kind of blown up. Like everyone's been adding more and more neat little restaurants and bars to their downtown areas and trying to attract more people. So there's definitely more than meets the eye in the west suburbs.
For sure.
You don't always have to go to the city for a good time.
Yeah, exactly.
But so if I wanted to list my home, how would I contact you?
Thanks for asking. The best, I'm basically on all the major social media platforms or the chatting apps. I'm just a Google away, but I'm most active on Facebook. You can also call or text me or email me even. So I'm pretty up to date with all that, all those platforms.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you very much for joining us.